What's up, guys? I wanted to share a funny story with you with this Kawasaki Bayou 220 96 model. So basically, I got this thing running end of last summer. I went through the carb and everything, changed the oil, did a bunch of stuff, got it running, and I hadn't even rode it one time, and the little brother asked to borrow it. And I had test rode it a couple times, but I hadn't really taken it out anywhere. Well, anyway, it ran kind of funky on a couple of the test runs, and I knew it wasn't perfect. But, oh yeah, let the little brother take it, and he basically said that they couldn't keep it running. And then he parked it under his porch, and it sat there for almost a year. And I actually went and just finally grabbed it. I just kind of forgot about it, kind of thought it was maybe a lost cause. Maybe what it was doing was basically, once you get past half throttle, it would just kind of bog out, which a lot of times can mean the cylinders are shot. They can't hold compression under a load like that. So I thought, well, man, this might be a bigger job than I'm wanting to deal with right now. So I let it go. Well, I went and grabbed it the other day and started it up. It started right up, no problem after sitting for a year. I just had to charge the battery. Anyway, I start riding and it's doing that same thing where it runs fine, but if you give it more than half throttle, it would just break down and bog out. Well, I start to look at it, and as I pull it inside, oil starts leaking out of it. And when I get down to look at the oil leak, the oil leak was coming from right here on top of this cover. But as I get down to look at this, I see something shiny laying in a pile of mud back here. And I grab it, and would you believe it was the air fuel screw from the bottom of the carb. I guess either I had bought this carb and it wasn't tight, or I loosened it up and never tightened it up. But it had fallen out, and somehow, by some miracle, it had fallen into a piece of mud down here and got stuck and didn't fall off the four-wheeler, even though it had been ridden around. So I put that back in the carb, and dude, the thing runs perfect. So I feel kind of stupid for not being able to ride this all year because it's been sitting there, but still, definitely a cool thing. Now, my oil leak, like I said, from the top of this cover, it's just like the paper gasket or something has just disintegrated or something, because it leaks out the top only when you rev it. It just bubbles off the top, runs down the side down here. You can see my leak in the floor, but if you sit here and if it just idles, it won't leak. But when you rev it up, it bubbles out of the top, and it's kind of a pain to take everything off and get this off. So what I did was I just took some black Ultra gasket maker and just put it on top there, because it's not doing anything but keeping it from bubble out the top. So it's kind of a white trash fix, but it'll be way cheaper and way less headache than taking that apart. Put this ground back. But yeah, so I'm pumped to have this four-wheeler ride just in time for fall, and just a different kind of riding when it starts to get cold around here. Not quite as much dirt bike stuff, but should be cool. And I'm going to grab my mule carburetor in the next couple weeks and hopefully have this for light trail riding, and have the mule for working around the farm. So yeah, I just want to share that story with you. Pretty cool. And thanks for watching, guys. See you later.